Ladies and gentlemen, I finally got around to building my Ankora so that when I'm going against other teams in Live Arena that might have a Narcisse, I can actually pick her. This is what I got for build here. So she's rocking 108,000 HP, 2,800 defense, which is a little bit lower than I'd like, 276 on the speed, and 248 on the resistance, which is going to be enough to resist I would say maybe any sort of debuffs or anything like that that nukers might place, but not really anything apart from that. And then, of course, she is not quite fully booked out, so the A1 doesn't have all the books in it, which I probably should, because that would be very, very useful. And she is in a 1 turn of Stone Skin, so a 4-piece Stone Skin set, which is partly thanks to the one accessory that I was able to get on her there with a little bit of Hydra Flash luck, which is quite nice. So we're going to hop into Live Arena here today, see how it goes. Intermittently, depending on the temperature in my room, you might hear the air conditioner start chirping, which I do apologize in advance for that. Not really much I can do. It is an incredibly warm day here. So we're... Alright, so let's go ahead and sort by champion tags. We got an Armand's pick coming in. I was thinking too, Ankora could actually be a fairly decent counter to someone like an Armand's, because she's going to allow us basically to eat the stun on whoever our highest crit damage is. I did actually do some rebuilding of some champions as well, so I do actually have now a Magnar who's fully built out and available for use. This guy is just being really annoying, isn't he? Let's go ahead and we'll take these two, just to throw a little bit of a wrench into his plans. We do need to take another nuker, unfortunately, which means the Crixia is going to be an easy ban. That being said, though, as well, we should be able to redirect any sort of stuns coming in from either the Wukong. Oh, man. Picking a Rotos here would have been deadly, because that would have fully countered these two, hey? Or not a Rotos, sorry, a UDK. Picking a UDK would have been crazy. I think we go for Harima here. And then we'll ban Armand's. Yeah, so she's banned. We're going to go ahead and get the Speed Aura here. And I do fully expect the Mikage and probably the Warlord to take a turn in front of us here. But again, with that Mikage, she's probably going to try and strip, honestly. But the stuns will... Oh, no, stuns come in. Okay. So the stun gets redirected from there. So basically in this team, the Taurus is where the stun is going to be kept off of, so that's fantastic, because people might try and stun and say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna take out your Harima and your Taurus combination with my stun, but nope, he just eats it, and that's that. So let's go ahead, slam in there. Rotos only stays alive because of his passive, of course. We're getting smacked around a little bit there. However, he does get an extra turn, and then he goes and takes out the Harima, or the Marichka, sorry. Fairly easy fight to start off the day, nothing too insane there. Carter 1207 from the Den of Dragons. Let's see what this fella has to offer us, shall we? We're going to take our Armand's pick, of course. The downside to picking Armand's is it makes it a little bit harder to get any sort of support champion in your team, because, for example, Armand's Crixia, 2 nukers, only 1 support champion, so a bit of a tough spot there, to be sure. I hate this guy already. We're going to do Harima. Block Revive from somebody like an Ava would be quite nice here as well. I think we're going to take Ankora, just since he already has a ridiculously OP team. If he takes a Rotos, then we might be in good business to pick a UDK here as one of our last champions as well. So basically leaving open a bit of a flex. Okay. This is terrible. So I think a UDK is pretty much a mandatory pick here. I'm just going to sort by rank. I'm far more used to this. So UDK. And then we're going to take... probably the Taurus again. Just because we know he can't get debuffed, so Ankora is going to eat any sort of sleeps or anything like that he might try and throw our way. And then honestly here, I'm kind of thinking we ban Galathier, because Galathier is just an incredibly annoying champion to go against. So Galathier's gone. Our Mons is gone. We're going to get speed. This team is just going to be able to outspeed me, though, as well. It is a little bit worrying going against their Georgid, but nothing that I don't think we'll be able to handle. Definitely a good choice in his part to ban the Armands, that's for sure. I think I need to rebuild my UDK at some point as well, but we'll see. And of course, in this particular situation, my Taurus is unable to be CC'd, which is quite nice, so not really a whole lot that he can do. We're going to go ahead and get the cleanse and the shield and all that sort of good stuff. Georgid might come in and spank somebody. He certainly tried, that's for sure. I do have... Oh, she can A1 though, right? But I think it's only a one-time hitter. Instant turn going to the Georgid. That is annoying. But we survive it. It's okay. We get a little bit of a turn meter boost there as well. We still don't have a turn, though. That's pretty fantastic. And he's almost able to nuke us down. My god. My team is not slow by any means, but they are just going and cycling quicker than us. Let's go ahead and slap around the Georgid a little bit here, I think. That'll trigger his passive, which is perfect. Let's go ahead and slap out the Sifi. Oh, you lucky bastard. That was incredibly lucky right there. UDK's turn? Not quite, not quite. Let's just take out the Sifi there. No more revives coming in from you. Siegfried, basically what we have to do now, we have to try and wait for him to get rid of the block damage. He can still hit very, very hard on the A1, obviously, as you saw there. So we're going to get a shield and a continuous heal coming in here. He's still got the stone skin for a couple turns, so he's good to go for now. I don't want to kill the Shu Zhen, though, because if we kill the Shu Zhen, it essentially means that he's going to morph and then revive everybody, which is not something that we want. So we get a decreased cooldown there on UDK as well, which is perfect, so we can place another continuous heal. That is if she survives the turn, even. She definitely does not. Instant turn coming in from the Shu Zhen. It's probably going to AoE once again, I would imagine. It should be our turn after this, though, I think. Yeah. We get the counterattack coming in here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we should be good to go ahead and do this. Nope, he still has his passive available because these mythical champions are ridiculously broken. Only one turn left on it, though. That being said, we might take out the Shu Zhen here, honestly. We don't, but we get a boost turn meter, which is nice. He's going to save his instant turn for after this, I think, so that instantly gets it back. No kill there, which is quite nice. Instant turn, and so he's going to have the passive available again. This is an incredibly annoying fucking team, by the way. This is nuts. Although... Oh my good god. That being said, though, we might be able... Oh my god, I forgot they revive everybody with, like, 2 turns of block damage as well, man. This is nuts. What a busted champion. What a busted champion. I think that's basically GG. Not much we can do here. I'm going to go ahead and back out and save myself and my viewers the time. Siegfried is definitely a champion that's hard to counter. UDK does it okay because he helps to mitigate the nuke. Really, like, it's very hard to block out somebody like a Siegfried. You could technically get him on cooldown because he can't freely morph whenever he wants. He essentially just has to wait for, like, the rest of the team to die. You could also bring in somebody, of course, like a Lydia, which would counter that quite effectively as well. Honestly, we're just not going to pick our Mons for the time being. I don't think, anyways. We're probably just going to take Crixia and another annoying champion that we have to deal with. So maybe like a I don't know. We'll see what he picks here. We'll see what he picks. This is only a level 90, and it's a bit worrying sometimes when I see level 90s coming in at my level, because it means that they're probably ridiculously OP. So we're going to take an Ankora and a Harima here. And then our last pick is probably going to be Taurus Marichka, I would think. Depending on what they do, of course. So the thing is Ankara actually helps to counter our Mons because, of course, like the stuns are going to get redirected. We already know that he has the highest crit damage, so everything is going to get cleaned off Taurus, which means that if I have the Taurus Marichka combination, champions like this can't do a whole lot to me, which is quite nice. And then, so the other thing, too, is he's probably not going to ban Marichka and break up that duo, or Taurus for that matter, because if he does, then I'll still have a Crixia in the mix, which would be very toxic to try and face. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, Taurus Marichka, I think this is a pretty solid team, honestly. Because we got... like, the only thing that would make it more solid is if maybe my Marichka was in, like, a bolster set or something like that. I think bolster set might be the way to go. Out of this team comp, I would say probably the Marichka is the person I'd want to place in bolster, because... yeah, that's kind of annoying, but that's fine. We'll get the speed aura. So yeah, he's not going to be able to CC my Taurus, which means that, you know, easy money for us in terms of... I don't know why he's taking so long. The obvious choice is the Wukong here. Get the speed aura, buddy. There we go. I promise it didn't take that long to think. Maybe he has bad internet. Who knows? Opponent's turn. We got a Stone Skin Stultus, which is interesting. Okay. I'm not going to lie. I do not particularly know where my Ankora got the... Of course, Marichka gets frozen. Why wouldn't she? I don't know where my Ankora got the shield. It's a bit weird, to say the least, but yeah, we'll see, we'll see. We'll just do this. Should take out everybody except the Stultus and maybe the Wukong, apparently, because the Wukong is in reaction, it seems. Counterattack comes in there quite nicely. We're going to get everybody res, though. And then we, of course, res up the Marichka as well. We're going to go in here and just do some defense decreasing, I think. People might think, oh, that's silly. Why would you do that? Well, I'll tell you why. Because less defense on Stultus means less damage to us. So, you know, Stone Skin, or not Stone Skin, Sheep is probably going to come in here on my Marichka, attempted at least, but did not succeed. Boom, boom. Nothing there. Wukong's going to come back yet again, though. Stultus already used one of his bigger nukes, so that's fine. We got this going up as well. A little bit of a turn meter increase. He just has his A1 available. He can't stun my Taurus. He can stun Harima or Ankora, but honestly, stunning those two doesn't really do a whole lot for him here. I think he probably realizes that, so this is a very tough spot to be in if you're the opponent. There's the counterattack. And then Taurus just comes in and doesn't quite nuke down the Stultus. That is a very tanky Stultus, my goodness. We're going to get up some buffs here as well. Going to save that. There we go. Let's take out the Wukong again. There it is. Stultus gets a turn. He should only have his A1 available. And he leaves the battle. That works for me. I think that this is a really good team, actually. So Crixia, Ankora, Harima, Taurus, Marichka, because Harima is also going to help to ignore, or like to help alleviate any sort of ignored defense effects, of course. So, for example, Baron, or for example, somebody like a Rotos, or a Georgid, I think, does it, or any sort of champions like that, right? So, we'll see. Perfectly fine for me. We're going to take Harima, and we're going to take Ankora. And yeah, like, the thing with this is he pretty much has to ban Grixia. Interesting combination there. Harima is very good, actually, and people don't realize this, but Harima is very, very good for countering Soul Reap. She can counter it very effectively. Because Soul Reap, for some reason, I don't know if it's glitched or what, but it tries to kill you at the end, but anytime Harima's on the team, it doesn't actually do enough damage because she seems to reduce it, so... Stone Skin Hefrak. Not exactly shocked to find that, in all honesty. Oh... I think we probably save the cleanse here. Yeah, and then we just do this, get the strengthen and the shield up. He's going to probably AoE, so that will mean... Yeah. That's okay, though. What we'll do now is we'll just go ahead and try to smack in here a little bit. I'm not too worried about the Hegemon. We will, however, just keep doing this for now. And then we'll get the cleanse in. This. We're going to take a smack from Hefrak here, but literally nobody takes any damage, so that's fine. He's going to smack us again, though. Ankora might get a second hit here. That is fine, because she picks us back up. Hegemon, I think he has a block skills. Oh, that is definitely a new Hegemon, though. That's pretty crazy. He's going to come in probably with the AoE, which might... Oh, that's a crit hit as well. What an annoyance. Ooh, okay. Boom, and that's everybody except the UDK. So now we just need to time things to keep rid of that annoying Wukong. I don't know if Wukong's going to be strong enough to win this on his own, to be honest, but we'll see, I suppose, eh? He might, because, you know, Harima apparently can't do much against him. He gets sheeped, though. She gets sheeped, I should say. That's fine. Let's do this. Get a little bit of damage on both fronts, I think. No provoke for you, sir. Let's see how this goes. Let's do this. Ooh, that's a spicy UDK right there. So he should only have his A1 available, which is probably going to smack Harima. No, he goes for Taurus instead. Interesting. This guy is very annoying. He's healing by like 26k per turn. That's wild. That's okay. Smacking him for a grand total of 16k there. Sensational. This is such a tanky UDK. This is wild. And he's doing so much damage as well, which is even more wild. He should have his AoE. Just kidding. Let's do this. Oh, I hate this so much. My Taurus is certainly no slouch as well. He has like 108,000 HP or something like that, along with like 247 on the crit damage or something like that. That is GG, though, I believe. Yes, it is. Coming down to the Taurus with about 10% HP left. That's crazy. We're pushing, though. Pushing further along here. This guy has the Marichka profile picture. Wonder if that means he's running Marichka as well. You know what? We're going to try something different here. We're going to take our Mons. You know what? Maybe we could do the same sort of theory, but sort of without the Marichka. So far, I think Narcisse is probably the one to ban, in all honesty. Okay, he doesn't get any of the duos, which is quite nice, so I'll take it. Now I'm kind of thinking this might be the one to ban. Although he doesn't have another reviver, so it'd be very easy to just take her out. Let's see what he picks here. Rotos. Hey. I think perhaps you are the one to go. Yeah, so then we'll get the speed aura here. We should be able to lock everybody out with the Crixia as well. This is going to be kind of scuffed going against Narcisse and Rotos, though, without really much protection on my team. So maybe having an Ankora and a bolster set wouldn't be the worst idea at some point, but then again, we should be able to lock them out, so yeah, everybody gets locked out there, which is quite nice. However, that's a fast Narcisse. Like, that's crazy. I don't know if we want to do this yet, but we'll do it. We get a shield up, whatever. Get the A1 coming in from him. A1 coming in from him. Now, let's see if we can't get maybe an AoE for some control. Okay. We have some buffs up. Let's try and stomp down some people. He's still going to be locked out, which is nice, so at least he should be. Ally attack coming in on the Taurus. He did not like my Taurus. Jeez Louise. Being said, though, we can do a crazy revive, right? Yeah. Narcisse is probably going to smack her, though. That would be his best bet. Yeah. No stun coming in on the Taurus. Not this time, sir. We're going to go in here on Rotos. Nuke him down. Perfect. Now we can come in and spank the Narcisse. He's wanting to take out my Ankora now, which is probably the move, honestly. That's alright. We'll just come in here and keep smacking you, I guess. Let's go ahead and do this for the time being. He's probably got his strip available, though. Yeah, that's okay. She can res next turn. I think the play is probably going to be to... Oh, never mind. We get a stun. Let's do this. See if we can get a provoke. That would have been nice. We get a turn meter boost, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, not quite. Alright, let's get Taurus back up here. Let's hammer home a nuke. I think he gets dropped, though. Yeah, there's no way we survive this, I don't think. Because he has his sheep available, doesn't he? He doesn't, but alright. Let's do this. So he's dead. Can we survive the hit? That's the question. We cannot. GG. Alright. We'll collect that as well. On to the next battle we go. It is nice to be able to play with the Crixia, though, so I may keep picking... I may keep picking Armands if I have first pick. That would be quite nice. Scooter! FTH. I can't say that I'm familiar with that. He's part of Lockdown Squad, though. I don't know anything about them, but if they play for their namesake, they probably have a bunch of lockout champions, if I were to take a guess. We'll do that. He might have a Rotos. He has a 5-star Awakened Sifi. I would think he probably has a Rotos, but granted, I don't have either one, so I can't really say that one's easier to get than the other, of course. Taurus and Marichka, you bastard. Alright. How do we want to counter them? Well, I think, of course, one of the first picks we're going to need is a UDK Harima. So we have a damage dealer and we have a way to counter the Taurus. He has 2 revivers, though, which is going to be very annoying. I'm thinking so far that we probably ban the Sifi, though, in all honesty, depending on what he picks next as well. He still has to pick one damage dealer. Let's see how that goes. Okay. This guy sucks. This guy sucks, man. Let's do this. Get rid of Sifi. We're probably going to lose our Mons here, I would think. Oh, we lose Crixia. Interesting. Okay. Well, that might have been a mistake. We'll see. Because even with the counterattacks coming in from Taurus, that's not going to do a whole lot because, you know... What? Oh, okay. Whew. Had me scared there for a second. I was like, I did not fat finger that. Let's go ahead and try and sheep here. Nothing. Okay. Let's go ahead and try once again the sheep here. There we go. We get it. Nice. All right. All right. All right. All right. We're just going to do something like this. Decrease his defense a little bit. We're going to try and do something like this. Decreasing the turn meter. His counterattack doesn't really mean much. Oh, okay. I forgot about Ankora being able to cleanse, man. I should have tried to put more control on her. That was crazy. That was rough. GG to him, though. Pace 556. Alright, let's take our Mons. I guess that's why he banned the Crixia Hay, because he was okay dealing with, like, the lockout from our Mons, because, you know, she could just cycle. So, we definitely need to take Ankora here, because I don't want him getting the duo. And then we need to take Crixia to give him something else to think about banning. And then next is Harima Taurus, but if he takes either of those, we'll probably throw in a Magnar or a Wukong instead, which will still give us the Speed Aura as well. And so far, of course, I'm thinking about banning the Narses because he is ridiculous. He's one of the few champions that has a 5 overall rating in the arena, which is pretty crazy, so... He's a wild, wild man, that's for sure. Let's see what he picks, though. Because you never know. Maybe his next two picks are, you know, Taurus and Harima. That would be interesting. I'm thinking about rebuilding my Uko as well. I currently have him in a stun set because I was using him when he was broken in the stun set, of course, until they fixed that. Okay. Okay. So we'll do this, of course. I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah, this is a nasty team, right? Siegfried is kind of countered by Harima, but I don't think realistically we can do a whole lot against that. So, let's just get rid of him. And then he's going to ban this, I bet. There's no way he doesn't, right? No way he doesn't ban this. It doesn't need this much thought, I promise. Told you. There we go. We'll get the speed lead coming in from the Ankora. No, well, he does have a speed lead on his team. He has the Marichka, which is a better speed lead as well. But I have a feeling we might be able to cut in right after that Sifi, depending on the speed of everybody else, of course. We'll have to wait and see, though. Fingers crossed. No, we just straight up go first. All right. So we'll do this then. We'll go first. We'll lock everybody out. Go. So everybody except, of course, the Sifi's locked out. Narcissus, even on the A1, is still pretty nasty, though. Pretty scary, pretty sketchy. And we're going to do this. I don't know. I don't know if she's going to survive it. I think that's where the nuke goes, though. He's just going to be able to A1, so... Oh, no, he goes for my Ankora. Interesting. Alright, we're going to try to get some damage in on you. There we go. And then we're going to try and go boom. Yeah, I just wanted to take out the Necrit there, of course. And now I think what we do here is we go ahead and polymorph, or not polymorph, but we metamorph. Just kidding. UDK would have been a pretty good pick to have here as well, in all honesty, but block debuffs coming in, that's big. It's an interesting place to attack, that's for sure. Brings her back, or him back, I guess I should say. There we go. Now I think we do this. And then I think we do this. Perfect. So she doesn't have her res available, I don't think. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and take out here. She has, I think, 1 or 2 more turns left on her res, so yeah, there it is. Alright, nice. Timed that pretty well. Of course, the whole bait the revive was nice as well, where we took out the Necrit and then had to use, or had got him to have to use the Sifi res. Of course, that was quite nice. Armands first, huh? Okay, we're gonna go with you and you. This guy is probably going to have quite a crazy team because he's got the 5-star awakening on Armands, so he gets her, which is alright. So we're just going to break up the duo. And do we want to break up the duo, actually? I don't know. Do we? Because alternatively, we could just bring in... Well, he took Wukong. So, we bring Crixia, maybe. No, let's wait. We need one more nuker here. Let's see. I want to bring Crixia, but I also kind of want to bring a Lydia and then just give him Marichka. But I think that might be too OP, so I think we do this. No duo for you, sir. So my last pick, of course, is going to have to be a nuker. This is a crazy combination, by the way, Valkynin and Sun Wukong. You got to watch out for that once in a while. That being said, though, I think we also bring in... We could do a Queen Ava. Might be the play, honestly. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I think Queen Ava is probably the play here. And then... She should be highest crit damage. Do this. Get rid of the Armands. Speed Aura. See how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Valkynin is crazy because he can basically kill one of his teammates and then use them to do damage, which is all fun and games until you consider that he has a Sun Wukong on his team, and of course he can just revive himself anyways because there's no block revive coming in from Valkynin. If Ava can survive, we can take out Wukong, of course, which would be nice, but let's not buff up here quite yet. Let's do that. Now we'll buff up. That was interesting. I bet he thought he was going to be able to kill the Ava there, but again, Harima just counters... Harima counters Wukong so effectively, it's crazy. Okay. So, we're going to go in and smack here. Just kidding. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Cool. And every single True Fear procs. That is fantastic. Sensational, really. Yeah, that's it for me. The RNG on that one's just way too wild, bro. We had a 50-50 and we procced the -1 every single time on 3 procs. That was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Astronomical. We're gonna bring Armands, give him something to ban. I'm expecting this guy to have some pretty crazy champions, but we'll see. Something like that. He probably has Taurus too, if I were to take a wild guess, so wouldn't be surprised if the Taurus pick is coming up. And of course, the 4-star Awakened Siegfried is always kind of fun to try and deal with as well, right? We'll do that. This will counter this quite nicely. Out of these champions, though, I think this is definitely the ban right now. We'll see, though. I don't really have a way to counter Siegfried, so you can easily just nuke somebody like my Crixia or something like that, and there's not really a whole lot that I can do. Plus, his revive's just going to be way too annoying to deal with, so get rid of this. This trash out of here. 24% speed aura as well. 24 against the 30. Kymar might be able to come in and do something crazy, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Kymar. That fear might be kind of clutch, though. We'll see. Hopefully it procs. Of course, the 50-50 goes his way. Why wouldn't it? That would be crazy if it didn't. Okay. Interesting that he wakes up my Marichka, but not really a better champion to wake up there, I suppose. Crixia is probably going to receive the A2 here, I would imagine. Wow. Alright, so we're going to do something like this. And we're going to do something like this. Oh, Harima, you're letting me down. You're letting me down, Harima. Letting me down. Alright, we're going to do this. They do have Revive on Death, but I do not really care about that because they're going to come back with, like, no turn meter, which is nice. Did get Petrified, though, which is interesting. So, we're just going to do this, though. He still has his AoE available as well, so having the Strengthen on there will be quite nice. There's going to be the Stone Skin and the Taunts come in, though. Skill reset. Now he has the A2 available as well, which is probably going to come from my Harima. No, it actually goes for the Marichka. That's interesting. Okay. Now the Harima is going to get boofed. Yep. There it is. There it is. He's still petrified as well, which is fantastic. Burn coming in too, which is crazy. AoE, maybe? Yeah. I don't have sheep on either of these guys, do I? No. They have so many buffs, though. What the hell? Now it's just a choice of who do you want to wake up. There it is. Alright. Let's get a turn meter boost here. There's nothing we can do, honestly, though, because, like, the taunt is just crazy. Taunt's going to be gone, though, which is nice. But the Wukong just keeps cycling around way faster than we can get through turns, so I think that's it. I think that's all she wrote. Not much I could do against that, I don't think. I don't even know how I would play that better in the future, even if I tried. Because that was, like, picking pretty much my best champions there, too, so not much I could do, that's for sure. For anyone who's still watching at this point, would you guys be interested in seeing some tag team arena content? I think that could be quite interesting, showing off like my fights as I try to climb back up into like the area where, you know, I'd be promoted the next rank or maintaining my rank, or just some tag team arena fights overall. I do think tag team arena is getting overlooked a little bit in the content creation scene these days, since everybody's so hyper focused on climbing up in the live arena. So we're going to do this, and we're going to do Ankora as well. Let's see what he picks. I definitely expect a lot of people to have Narcisse Ankora, because, you know, they were a fusion and whatnot. So we have one of our nukers now, which is also going to counter his Kymar quite nicely, because he can't sleep my Taurus, which is awesome. The unsleepable Taurus is, of course, because of the Ankora, which, unless he bans the Ankora, we are good to go. That being said, well, yeah, I don't know. How do you counter that? Like, it's basically just a one... It's basically just like a one-turn... Haha, you can't do anything to me, sir. Bringing in this, which is interesting. I think we ban this, though. It's pretty clear. The writing is on the wall. We'll do this. I'm thinking as well, like, so instead of a fast Ankara, I might be better off just building an incredibly slow one and just focusing a lot more on HP resistance and all those sorts of good things. Because she does have that stone skin. She's going to be consistently eating the debuffs from, you know, whatever champion I have, right? So, yeah, see, so exactly. He probably didn't expect to just get spanked there. I wouldn't imagine. We'll buff up here, though. That's a juicy, like, 21, 22... 20... Probably about a 2,800 shield there, which is quite nice. Or, sorry, I got 20,800 roughly, because she's at about 108,000, so we get our AoE coming in here. We're just mopping up with the AoEs, man. We don't even need to do anything else. That's a tough team to counter, that's for sure. Sure, let's do a refill. Let's see how we go here. Going for about 41 minutes. I don't know, I'm like, there's a few things. So I could keep my Ankora fast, and she could be my cleanser for the rest of my team. But at the same time, she doesn't necessarily have to be incredibly fast, right? So, I think we take... I don't want... I don't know. Mons, I guess. So, there's a lot going on here. Ankora, if she's slow, she's still going to keep eating those debuffs from my highest crit damage champion, which in this case would be a Taurus, regardless, really, of, you know, her speed kind of thing. So, I think we have to go Ankora, Harima. Okay. We have to go, like, Ankora. So let's get Ankara, because she's very important to this team. And then let's get... let's go with Taurus. I want to do Taurus Marichka here, because the Mikage is going to try and do an AoE. I'm going to try to articulate. So if I get her slow, she still eats the debuffs from any of my nukers and whatnot. But if she's fast, she kind of loses a lot of her tankiness, right? So that's a bit of a downside. We're going to take this because that helps to counter that, and then we're going to take this as well. And so far, I think banning the Sifi or the Rotos might be the way to go. He does have to pick a damage dealer here because he only has one damage champion so far, which is an Ava, which is kind of intimidating. Granted, my... Let's do this. My Harima is going to help to counter the Ava quite nicely because of her reducing the ignore defense effects, so we'll do that. And then we should get the fear here on the Kaimar, and then we should also get the fear on the Sifi, which she cleanses off, of course. He's gonna switch over. Metamorph, I believe, would be his... No, interesting. The ally attacks the... Okay. That was an interesting choice, sir. Interesting choice indeed. Let's do that. Get the shield and the cleanse. Let's do that. Get Taurus to go in and try to take out the Ava, but it did not work, unfortunately. She's probably going to come in with the double hitter here. Interesting. She tries to go for the Taurus. That was an odd choice. Odd choice indeed. Let's try to take out the Sifi. Oh! Oh, that was so close. Now she's going to metamorph, and now she's going to try the stun, and then she's going to get spanked. There it is. Rez coming in here on the Ava. Not much you're going to do there, unfortunately. Do that. Your revive is not done. You can't sleep here. Sleep just goes there instead. This is dirty, actually. Having those two as a team is quite crazy indeed. Just going to push on to the next match here, see how it goes. Big Paul from House of War. See how this goes. I honestly don't even care if they pick our Mons first. Yeah. We're going to take Ankora and Taurus. I'm thinking I might have just developed a pretty spicy new team, in all honesty. But we'll have to wait and see, I suppose. Okay. That should be alright with me. We're just going to do this and this. And then, of course, Crixia will come in as the last pick, which is just going to be the ban bait. Out of this team, probably banning the Rotos again would be the best call, I think. Yeah. Well, Armand's is kind of someone I have to ban, though, as well. Oh, this is tempting. This is probably a PvE Sifi because of her blessing. Honestly, let's get freaky here. Let's do this. What? He bans the Taurus? Okay, I guess that makes sense considering... Okay. He probably just didn't want to deal with the passive. That means, though, that Harima is going to be constantly cleansed off, which is interesting. Is the turn meter boost enough? It is not, so we might be able to strip and increase cooldowns here. Look at that. Beautiful. So A1's probably going to come in here. Yeah, but it's a weak hit. Let's go. We're going to get a buff here. Rotos is not going to be able to do really anything. He could proc some extra turns, though, and then possibly take out the Crixia, which would be a bit annoying, but decreased defense coming in, that's fine. We'll just buff up again. Get rid of that. It would be a little bit better if I had like an increased defense for my Harima, of course, but let's just try and take out the Armands here, I think. Lockout is not incredibly effective against Garul, I think her name is, because she can, of course, just metamorph to the second form, which can still do a decent amount of damage, so we'll see how that goes. Let's do this. Let's do this. He shouldn't have his A2 available yet. He does not. Increased turn meter, or increased cooldown, though, is not good. So it's going to be your A3, probably, that got increased. Which is a bit unfortunate, to say the least, but it is what it is, I suppose. We're going to metamorph here. And then we are going to do this. Just so that if he has his A2 available again, he's not able to use it. Or if he does, at least, you know, there's not going to be a whole lot come of it. Let's try to take out Garul here as well. Nice. Based on the audio cue I just heard, which was my door slamming, it sounds like my ice cream might have arrived, which is pretty exciting stuff. My turn, we're going to do this. Decrease everybody's cooldowns. He probably has his A2 available here. Maybe. But he can't really... He can't stun anybody, though, which is good. But he can still sheep. On the next turn here, of course. I'm guessing the sheep would come in on the Harima if I were to take a random guess. Okay. Probably sheeping right here. On the Ankora. Interesting, okay. And then that's going to give him a bit of turn meter increase. Yep, but we're just going to do this. Oh, I hate that so much. I need to get a bit more speed, I think, on my... Or not speed, sorry, a bit more defense and stuff on my Harima, so a bit less speed at the end of the day, I think. We got the passive revive, though, which is nice. We don't really have... Yeah, okay. Ankora can come in and do this. With her turns reset. He's got his A2 available again, I bet. Yep. So now we're just getting cycled by our Mons, but we will nuke, because of course the control goes to Ankora instead. That is not very juicy, but that revive actually worked out in my favor, because... Oh my goodness, man. Goodness me. That's it. That's all she wrote. It is over. It is over. I think this is where I'm going to end the video, though. Let's go ahead and take a look at the battle log here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 battles once again. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defeats. So about a 50% win rate today. This is where I'm sitting at about 12,492 with a 60% win rate. Very exciting stuff. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.